was just impressed by their personnel. I thought they played hard. I thought they competed. Thought they were quicker to the ball than we were, especially in that first half. And but no, hats off to Coach Campy and his crew. I thought they were really good tonight.
The other night, 9 offensive rebounds for them in the first half tonight. How much
Right.
of it is missing Trey? How much of it is not getting what you need out of the guys who are here?
Yeah, I think it's just embracing the physicality of the game. Like, you can't, talk about what you don't have, And I think for us, it's just when you get behind plays and you try to rebound, it's going to be harder. But when you don't get behind plays, you should have good rebound balance, and then we weren't getting those. I think you saw the second half, our guards, did a much better job. I thought Oscar was quick to the ball. He had a couple that he probably should have got that he didn't, but I thought his effort was good. I didn't think anybody else's effort was really that good until the second half. I thought that one stretch in the second half, that's where we went on the run, is because we were able to get stops and get rebounds. And we were doing a good job defending them in the first half. But when you give up those rebounds, you're going to get spray out threes, you're going to get fouls, you're going to get putbacks, and they're going to go against you. But it's something you always emphasize. You hear me always talking about it. You never have it right. Even if you're the one out rebounding somebody, you got to keep working on rebounding. You got to keep working on taking care of the basketball. And that's what the kind of the shame for us was. We missed some shots in the first half, and we really executed well in the first half. We got really good looks. And we played this game again, this score would not be the same. But the ball didn't go in, and that's part of it. That's part of the game. When the ball doesn't go in, who are you? And in the first half, we weren't very good. And you got to be able to rebound the basketball at that time and be stingy and embrace the physicality of the game. I thought they were quicker to the ball in the first half. I thought their physicality in the first half was better than us. And then the second half, we picked it up a little bit. But we also shot better in the second half. So we can't sit there and balance our energy level on whether the ball goes in or not. We got to find energy through our effort and through defense and through rebounding.
You just segued right into my question, but you always talk about don't let your shooting affect everything else.
Yeah.
From a dribble containment perspective, that doesn't seem to be where you want it.
Right.
Was that the case, or is something missing there?
No, I think when you go and you work on your, when you go and work on your game all the time, you have pride in your work. We have a lot of skilled guys. They have pride in their work. You just don't shoot the way Fletcher Lawyer does without putting in a lot of work, right? We got to have that same pride on guarding the basketball. We got to have that same pride in following a scouting report. To be great, that's what we're going to have to do. And that's what I've talked to them about. You want to win 6 games, in March and April. You're not going to shoot the basketball, well, six games. You're just not. You hope you do, right? But you're just not. And now it's going to be those other things. So we got to collectively get better in those areas.
You talk a lot about making the most of your minutes, and it's hard to be consistent with inconsistency. But Liam Murphy came in for about a 3-minute stretch there in the second half, and I know he didn't get a ton of rebounds, but it seemed like he was around the ball, knocked down a couple of big shots for you. Just how important was that during that 2-minute stretch there in the second half?
Oh, it was huge. And, that's what he can do. You see there's no hesitation. He missed his first couple, then he makes that one at the end of the first half. But that stretch right there where it's at about a 1-possession game, he makes, seem like back-to-back threes. I don't know if it was. And that gives us a lift. And I know I didn't go back to him. I thought JB did some good things. But just from that spot, you look at Jack playing 29 minutes in his second game, Liam playing around 11 minutes. And, you're getting 6 threes from that spot. We got to do a better job of maybe helping them through matchups. We get into some tough matchups. Those guys are really, they're really threes, right? If you want to get right down to it physically. But you see where it helps us on the offensive end, kind of the in-betweens on offense and defensive rebounding. That's where we got to shore it up. But, yeah, give Liam credit. That's tough to do. It's tough to do, but he proves that he's a prolific shooter.
Matt, part of the possession battle is, turnovers. You were 13-2 assisted turnover ratio away from Braden. Just what's kind of the key to all the playmaking around Braden even?
Yeah. I think that's obviously a bright spot across the board. I think we have, Oscar's a good passer, TK is a good passer, Fletch is a good passer, JB's a good passer. So Omer's a very good passer. So then, now you're dealing with maybe the best passer in the game. So, you just want to keep taking your shots. I don't think that's our issue. I like the efficiency of what we did tonight. It was pretty good. You can't get mad. I think we had 2 or 3 shots in the first half, maybe a shot or 2 in the second half you'd like to have back. But for the most part, we were getting the shots we wanted. But you got to keep making good decisions. You got to keep passing the basketball and just trying to manipulate the defense.
Matt, how close was Trey to going tonight?
Yeah, he started going through the walkthrough. He did non-contact the last 2 days, and then he went through just kind of our shoot-around that I said walk through, but really our shoot-around. He did a couple things, and then he just said it was still bothering him. So,
is the benefit these 2 games here this week? You played a lot of different guys together that maybe haven't played together. You got used to that, and then you get in a game where you face adversity and have to make plays down the stretch to win.
Yeah, you look at him not being in the game and the experience that Liam and Jack, because that's really who it affects, had, and that's what you want. You want guys that have had some experience, that have been in games. If you want to, play smaller, or he gets into foul trouble. Now you got guys that are, that are more game ready. Liam's played in a lot of college games. Obviously, JB hasn't, but you could see the overall package that, that Jack brings. So, but yeah, in hindsight, I think that's a good thing, because you're getting some experience for some guys collectively, with everybody else that they just haven't played with them. And I think that always benefits you.
Just to be clear on Trey, you said you were going to have him looked at earlier in the week. You're still pretty sure it's just a minor.
Yeah, they
day-to-day
did. They
type
did
thing.
X-rays, and they said it was everything there was nothing. And then I think they did an MRI before the game. I just haven't talked to Chad, so they didn't say nothing to me. So I would assume everything's fine.
Hey, Matt, talk about Oscar, how he's adjusting to the senior leadership on the team,
Yeah.
and being an older guy, how he's adjusting and how well he's playing.
Yeah, he's good. I think he's somewhere going to be in between how he played at Washington State and how he played at South Dakota State. One place he averaged 7 and 4 in 20 minutes. The other place he averaged 18 and I think 12 and a half in 27 minutes, if I got all that right. So I think he falls somewhere in between there. Just the Daniel's there also, so he doesn't, tonight was a lot of minutes, I think, for him, but that's what he's been used to playing. But yeah, anytime, you get 4 blocks in 29 minutes and 9 rebounds and 5 for 6 from the field, 4 for 5, those are good numbers. I think we got to do a better job around him. We can't rely on him to get every single rebound. We got to get it. And with that being said, I thought, Braden got 7. JB got 7, he got 9. I thought we were all right in the second half. In the first half, we just got to do a better job and be more ready.
Coach, coming out of halftime, Braden was the guy to bring the energy with those 2 3-point plays in the first couple of minutes. Was that the message from you for him to attack more downhill, or is he just that kind of player where he wants to take over the game himself?
No, we were just going to open it up. We were getting looks, in a regular game, how it takes off, we were getting the looks that we want. We were getting a lot of perimeter looks. And whether we're going to throw the ball inside and post or drive it, we had to put that stressor on the rim. It's the downside of shooting a lot of threes. You're not going to go to the free throw line a lot, right? And now if you're making threes, it makes a whole lot of sense, right? You don't need to. But if you're not, now you got to have some of those balances. And they were staying home with some shooters, so we just thought trying to let him just kind of maneuver and set some screens, maybe a short roll here and there. But now Oscar blasting after he sets it. Now if he can get by those guys, now he can get to a pull-up, in which you saw he got to the rim a couple times and had those and-ones.
CJ Cox was quiet on Tuesday and then had a good, efficient night tonight. What difference, if any, did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, just, the game's going to evolve. A lot of times people that follow it, they don't understand from game to game. You're going to have some different opportunities, especially in a situation like this where they're playing a very unique zone. It's what they're leaving open. It's not what we're trying to manipulate, because their zone is very unique and very different. But you're going to find yourself open sometimes when you shouldn't be open, and then you'll find yourself covered when you think you're open. It's sometimes nobody's on you, and sometimes 2 people are on you. And after one pass, like sometimes that can stun you. You have to, kind of expect the unexpected when going against it. But I like to see him catch and shoot more, to be frank with you. He's an unselfish guy. He likes the dribble pull up, which there's nothing wrong with. But like when you get those easy catch and shoots, like you got to take them. It just makes a lot of sense when you're that good of a shooter.
112 consecutive starts for Fletcher and Braden, ties the school record. Just that kind of longevity and just standard that
Who do they
set
tie
up.
it with? Bruce Parkinson? Really? Yeah, it's different, especially in today's game, right? Guys coming in and starting from day one and then staying. It used to happen all the time. I think you get like certain guys that, if you look through the history of Purdue, that will always be remembered together, whether that's fair or not. I think like Everett Stevens and Troy Lewis and Todd Mitchell will always be remembered together, and rightfully so. Each one, Robbie and Juwan, Chad Austin and Brad Miller. Like you can just kind of go, but they start together and they grow together and they stay together and they win a lot. Like nobody there, didn't win Big Ten championships and win a lot together. And that's what you want to be remembered for. And that's what they will be remembered for, no matter what happens, is their consistency and just how much they won. And as they move forward professionally, that's what hopefully they can bring to whatever professional team they go on, is like your value towards winning. And at the end of the day, like we have some guys, they didn't play as much coming off the bench, but when things get sticky, that's the way it is. Play better. Like, and they've been there. Like those guys they've been there when that's been them too. And they've always showed up the next day and tried to win the next game. And but no, they've had a fabulous career, but you kind of don't like talking about it until it's over. Like, you know what I mean? Like right now, like get a rebound. Yeah. I said that with love too.
From our vantage point, I assume most of us could not see what happened to CJ in the first minutes. Just what happened there. He came out of the game for an extended period of time and then came back. It seemed
Yeah.
like he got scraped in the face, maybe.
Yeah, he got cut. He got a cut right over his eye, like you'd get like in a boxing match.
From someone else's hand or contact.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
Thank you.
No problem. Someone left a pin, noob. Oh. Says New York Yankees. Ah.
No, this one actually works.
It doesn't say New York Yankees. Thank you.